Hello, everybody. It's time for fan mail. Everybody's gone. It's just me and Morgan. Sorry. But
The
hi.
Christmas Hammers.
Yes. The A team are
Two
here because the B team
Chris,
just couldn't be bothered.
the tall boys. How tall do you think James Heaney is?
Didn't he say 5'6" the other day, the other week?
No, he lies about it to make it seem either super tall or super short.
Is it like WWE? Like when he's like 180 pounds, but he pretends he's 220.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, he
Hmm.
must be like 5'10", 5'11".
All right. So as near as makes no difference, 6 foot then, I guess.
Yeah.
Almost. That's not too bad. I mean, he's only 5 inches shorter than me.
Well, yeah, you're a small giant though, so
Or am I a big? No, I'm not going there.
human.
Yeah. He lies about everything. Crispy AI says it's true. He does. He is a compulsive liar. And
Yeah, I think 5'11's right.
okay,
Yeah,
5'11". Okay.
how do we stop that? How do we? Well, I guess we shouldn't psychoanalyze James every time he leaves. I guess
It's difficult not to when he's not here. Like it's almost
just
like
like a
well, we
yeah.
roast
It's
him
like
when he is here. So when he isn't here, it's
mm.
open season. Really, I mean, it's like. But
Well,
I
it's almost
do.
like having a group meeting where we're like we're all getting gaslit, right?
Yeah, it's true. It is true. I mean, I had a conversation with him once when I said to him, like, do you believe that you're, I think it was on one of the Watch Dogs videos we did years ago. No,
Hmm.
it wasn't that long ago, but I think I said something along the lines of, if you're a compulsive liar, um, or do you acknowledge that you're a compulsive liar? And he said that it's not compulsive or it's not an issue if you're doing it intentionally. So because
Yeah.
he's consciously aware of the fact that he's telling a lie, it's not a problem.
Hmm.
And I was like, that's not the point, James. The point is you keep telling people lies.
Yeah, I think it's if you don't feel anything about it, if you have no like moral misgivings about it, that's when it becomes a problem.
No, I think we're being slanderous. He's not that bad. I think he only
I'll
does
fight him
it
right now.
for.
Bring him right here. I'll fight him.
Well, he's not here. He's in Chicago.
He's lucky. All right, first video up. Oh, do you have any announcements?
Oh, announcements. Yeah, James is not here, and Zach is not here.
Yeah.
Those are my announcements.
Uh,
Well,
uh,
do we have any relevant announcements? It's a good question. It's nearly Christmas,
yeah.
so uh, we have quite a few videos to fill this week out. Obviously, there'll be Christmas Day. We won't be streaming. Boxing Day. Me and Zach have both decided we don't like Christmas, so we'll do a Boxing Day stream. So we'll be here on Sunday the
What day is
26th.
Boxing Day?
It's the
The day
26th, Sunday the
it's the day
26th of December.
after Christmas.
It's the day after Christmas Day. It's
And
Boxing Day.
what is it?
Is that not a thing in America?
No, it's not. I've never heard of this.
Boxing Day is the bank holiday or the day after Christmas Day, and it's called Boxing Day because it's the day that you box all the stuff up that you got from Christmas, I guess.
Oh,
It's a bank
what's
holiday,
up,
basically.
Isaac? That's fair. Yeah. All right.
Uh,
It's bank holiday.
so we'll be there on the 26th. Zach wanted to stream on Christmas Day because he doesn't have any friends and he doesn't like his family. I said, I said I'd love to, but it would be a bit
Ooh,
rude to.
maybe me and Zach will do a stream. I've got time on Christmas Day.
Oh, I
Everyone's
mean,
leaving. Yeah.
I feel left out now. Maybe I could make the time. I don't know.
I do have 5 basketball games to watch, but I could probably fit something in.
5 basketball games in one day.
Yeah, Christmas Day is a big day for basketball. All the games are national games. They play from the morning until the evening.
That's a very. Is that a that's
Yeah, that's normal. I mean, normal for basketball, but you can only physically watch about 3 games before you feel like you're gonna die.
it feels like a lot of basketball
It's
in
a
one
lot
day.
of basketball. I love it, and I can only watch about 3 games is my max. Normally, I'll watch one, go do something, come back, watch another. I'll watch 3 throughout the day usually, but if you wanted to, you could watch 5 games. Dark Page, how many games do you watch on Christmas? Tell the truth. I don't think anyone's watching all 5 of those games.
Well, I mean, most people just watch like either local or your team or the teams that are gonna or the matches that are relevant to your team. I guess is that right?
Yeah,
Or
There's nothing for Christmas. There's nothing, but there's the league is so small that you like besides your team, you also end up following like players. So there are players that will be playing that will want to watch. Two, that's about right. Yeah, two or three. You can't watch 5 basketball games in a day. It gets real boring. It makes you hate it. We're still streaming all week. Wow, the Laker game. Sad. We're gonna be streaming all week, and what else? No other
We're
announcements.
we're streaming all week. We may or may not stream on Christmas Day because we're crazy.
Uh,
Oh,
let's
that's what I
go.
was going to say. We've got videos. We've got a few videos still lined up because James is not here, presumably because he's gone to Chicago for Christmas. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming there's not going to be any more recording of videos, but we've got a
No, we're
bunch
not
of them.
recording.
Yeah, but we've got a bunch of them lined up for this week. I've got a couple more to edit, so it might last up to maybe like the 27th, 28th, and then we might run out of steam for a little bit.
That's good. Well, and when James gets back, we'll record. We've been trying to get some recordings in during the week as well, so we've been doing double time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assume, are you off work next week? I'm off work next week.
I don't know. Not all week.
Well, I mean, even when you're not in work, you actually end up taking classes that you were supposed to be at, but then you don't actually
Oh
turn up
man.
and stuff of that nature. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's a small business, so there's just never like you're always doing customer service and stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, we'll try and fit some more in where we can, but things might go quiet between Christmas Day and New Year's,
Yeah.
basically, is the
Thanks, Sims,
announcement.
for stopping by.
Bye,
See you on the next
Isaac.
one. All right, let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Intro. So remember, intro. Oh, there's no intro. I didn't. Okay.
Classic. Good,
I
good, good,
should.
good, good.
I should probably hide
Hey, welcome.
change the
If this is your
background.
first time on GameFront, this is GameFront.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll do the intro. So professional. So this is Man Eater. It's part of the
Yeah,
Humble Bundle. I
this is
mean,
a interesting game. I would say that all of the Humble Bundle games from this week were really good. This is an interesting kind of game because it's just like different. You play as a man-eating shark running around. You remember Fish Frenzy?
I it vaguely rings a bell. It reminded me a little bit of watching it. It reminded me a little bit of like Subnautica, maybe, or just some other kind of
Mm-mm.
water-based games where you
Nope.
obviously have that, or maybe like a really violent version of Echo the Dolphin.
Something like that. It's like where you eat fish and then you get bigger, but it just has like a little bit more complex RPG system. But it's essentially the same thing. Like the more fish you eat, the more bigger you get.
So it's like an underwater version of Snake combined with Echo the Dolphin.
Well, I mean, there was a game called Ocean Frenzy or Fish Frenzy or something like that where you start out. It was an old like HTML game and like Flash game, and you eat like you're a little tiny fish and you're like eating worms or whatever, and then you get a little bit bigger, and then you're eating small fish, and then you just keep going bigger and bigger.
Well, on the subject of the theme, I noticed that most of the videos or the most of the games in December's Humble Choice seem to almost have a either military, World War II kind of theme to them almost. And then this is just about killer sharks.
Yeah,
It's a bit out
Mad,
of place.
Mad Mikey B. Where James? I'm sad about it. Gosh, wow.
James on strike. James is
Oh,
apparently
he's
the
the
management.
Kellogg's worker of Gamefront.
He is.
Have
He
you
said
been following the Kellogg's thing at all? We won't talk about it.
I haven't followed it.
Oh,
Kellogg's is a big thing where I live because the UK or the European headquarters of Kellogg's is not that far from where I live. But
mm.
and it's amazing whenever you go past the factory because it just smells like like for nearly a mile around where the factory is, it just smells of cornflakes in the air.
Oh, whoa.
So it's pretty crazy. But so no, tell me
Yeah.
about the Kellogg's controversy because
Oh, it's just
I don't
just
watch the
workers are
news.
striking here, and
Okay,
people are starting to uh, not ban like stop eating Kellogg's.
okay. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons.
Yeah, low
Gosh,
pay, lots of hours, unsafe working conditions, the usual.
it all sounds like another day in paradise.
Working in a factory in America. They but they tried to hire like permanent scabs to replace them, and so that's when it got nasty.
it's it's
All right, so in
it's
this game you're a giant shark eating.
okay. So Dark Page kicks us off with this incredibly insightful comment. He says, "I like watched all. Or I should do this in the style of maybe like a surfer dude, stoner. I like watched all of this, man, and I can't remember a single part of it by the time it finished,
That's your American accent.
dude. No, it's terrible. It's about as good as James's British accent.
That's fair. That's fair. And then Pill hits us with whatever we've learned, what we've learned today. Vegans and heenies make poor predators. That's probably true.
I mean, people keep asking where James is. James is not
Yeah,
here.
he's
he's
gone, man.
he's just gone, man. He's gone. He's done. He's finished. He's on. We've already done that bit.
He's with his family in Chicago. He'll be back in a couple days. Me and Danny are holding down the fort. Zach will probably jump in a little bit later.
We
Yeah,
need
can we get some
text where
text?
James
Yeah, can we
usually
do
is.
that?
James is on strike. Okay. Yeah, I
Can we
think
mute
potentially
Devin?
we could do that. I think we have the technology. While I do that, do you want to read? Oh, did you read the next comment?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
go to the next video.
we've run out of comments on that one. So that was a
Oh,
phenomenal tour de force of a video there.
big
Um,
hit. Lots of people love it.
Now we're moving on to Mordhau, which is a game near and dear to my heart in a way. Uh, but
Uh, I love Mordhau. It's a dying game, which is very sad to me because I played it like when it was on early release, and I played a lot of it. I was a big fan, and then stopped for a couple years. And then coming back, there's like only one active server at any given time. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. But it is a good game, but I don't. It's just sad.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you played it?
Oh yeah. Like it's one of the games that uses mod.io. So obviously
Oh yeah.
well, one I got the game for
Oh,
free, so I don't
oh
know if that
no.
biases my
I mean,
opinion
it's
slightly,
it's
but
bouncing back. It's gonna be very popular in the future.
well, I mean, it's been on our platform for a long time, so it is one of the older games that
Okay,
uses
good.
mod.io. So it's not like I'm ignorant to the fact that it's not that
The
I'm
player
ignorant to
base
the
is
fact
dwindling.
that it's dwindling. I mean, games have a
Yeah.
shelf life. Mods help with that shelf life, but the thing I like about it, especially, is I'm not massively good at it, but like people create some pretty sweet maps and stuff for that game.
Oh yeah,
So like whenever
yeah.
I'm doing social stuff and I need like a nice looking image of like a map or something, I just go and dip into Mordor and find something nice. It's a nice little mudding community that lives there.
And
Anyway,
I might be ignorant to that, like the modding community at like part of it, but the like mainstream casual player base is definitely low. James is on strike. Perfect.
yes. Uh, um, I mean, it's not factually inaccurate, I guess. Uh,
Yeah,
your boy Jimmy Paperclips. I hope he's not related to Clippy, but your boy Jimmy Paperclips. He's first. Big grin.
I like it. We should bring it back. In like 20 years, we're gonna be saying first on comments, and kids are gonna be like, "What are they talking about?"
uh, yeah, Crispy Hair says, I vaguely remember watching James stream Chivalry on his personal Twitch and him being terrible at it, but I could be mistaken. There's a chance it was any other game I've seen James stream.
Oh man, his
Wow.
his memory problems are like just leaking. I almost bought Shiv 2, but it's like I guess it's on sale right now. It's like $28. I should get Shiv 2 and compare it because
What did
I love these styles of games.
Yeah, I remember playing Shiv back in the day. Not
Yeah.
very often, but whenever we had like four people who wanted to mess around playing with. I quite like those kind of melee focused games. Um, yeah, it's good fun. And it's almost like going to a battle reenactment on the weekends, isn't it? It's that kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I, I remember when Shiv made the switch to like a more cartoony like or arcadey like fighting. Like I remember there being a drastic switch because I played it when it first came out, super into it, stopped playing for a couple years, came back and was like, "What is this game?" Because there was like stuff popping up on the screen and like it just seemed like but maybe that's what it needs to keep the player base. I don't know, to keep it more casual because I've heard that the combat isn't as complex as Mordau because they don't allow like drags and like all of the like special maneuvers, so it kind of evens the playing field between like a casual and a hardcore player. So that's why I want to try Shiv 2.
Mikey, what would you like me to reply with? Um, I'm not sure what to reply with.
Wow. Well, it's got to give you an auto generator.
Well,
We
it
don't have
doesn't.
that.
Yeah. Pelagius says Maud Howe, what's and why's with Morgan, James, and some random guys. In my opinion, Maud Howe first got popular because chivalry fans needed scratch that needed scratch that medieval
Got
itch.
him.
It's great when you leave half of the words out, Bill. It's very helpful. Um,
Got him.
scratch that medieval itch. But after Chivalry 2 came out, sizable portion of players moved there.
Mm. That's
Th-
probably true. Which is
That's
sad because I think Mordor was the better game.
yeah.
At
I
least,
mean, it's like shooters and stuff, though. And it's like you always go to the shiny new one, and it kind of
yeah.
leaves the old one behind, even though it's arguably better. But you'll have hardcore fans who want to stick with what they like.
That's
Um,
why everyone's going to that new Call of Duty that everyone remembers the name of.
yeah, nobody likes that one actually. I think Halo Infinite's kind of stolen the crown for the all of the shooters that came out
Oh,
this
the
this quarter. To be
perfectly
honest,
made and smooth operating Halo Infinite.
I mean, it's doing quite well, isn't it? From what I understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with it though.
I mean, what game doesn't have problems when it first comes out these days? That's kind of normal,
Yeah, but how
normal
many
stuff.
games have 20 years of history and then come out with a one that has like stupid problems like no playlists or like a messed up like an unbalanced marketplace or crazy load screens and glitches.
Well,
It's disappointing.
but yeah, I agree. But I mean, just look at how they've nerfed Battlefield 2040. The new Battlefield, is it 2042? The new one?
Yeah, I
Like,
haven't played it.
like all of the game modes are just half of them are missing. They've changed the way leveling works and all that stuff. Nobody seems to like any of that stuff. I heard Halo Infinite was doing quite well review wise, but I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm
the
getting. So
actual gameplay, like once you're in the game, super fun, great. Feels like playing old Halo games. Everything leading up to it and afterwards sucks. That's the thing.
I don't know why Mike is just throwing absolute shade at everybody. He owns part of the company, but he's just throwing us under the bus. Perfectly made and smooth operating GameFront.
I mean, that is a quote from GameFront.
10 out of 10, IGN. I'm addicted and somehow operating a gaming website involves.
Is he talking about my herbal supplements? All
I
right, moving on.
don't know. Dark Page says, looks fun.
Yeah, and it is. And at the end of the day, it honestly is. If there was more people playing it, it would be way funner. I'm gonna do it. I'll buy Shift 2 today. You know what I tried to download? Because on Game Pass they have the Avengers game, and I was like, oh, the Avengers game. I know it got bad reviews, blah blah blah. It's been out for a while. Maybe they fixed some stuff. Uh, I was gonna play it, and the download for the Avengers from Game Pass, 147 gigs.
That's big. That is
That's
big.
huge. I was like, I'm not gonna download all day to be
I mean,
disappointed by it.
it's getting more and more common, though, isn't it? I mean, was it last year's Call of Duty was 150 gigs?
With like
Um,
17 gig updates all the time.
yeah, exactly. And then you've got things like Flight Simulator now, which is like getting into hundreds and hundreds of gigs all once you're all in with it, and it's yeah, it's
It's a
crazy.
lot. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that it's Destiny like? I haven't played it.
Uh, I haven't played it. Mikey says it's Destiny like. I mean, yeah, I mean, Mikey, you should play something other than Destiny. That can only be healthy, right? So, I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, anything that is not Destiny that you play would be a real bonus for your psyche.
It's like stepping out of one room and into another. Sometimes you just need to have a change of scenery.
He's been uninstalled for 9 days.
Piss off. No wonder he's been so grouchy lately. He's like he's like having withdrawal. Are you just sat there just twitching like?
But I mean, if he was truly over it, he wouldn't know how many days it was.
I'm now an Escape from Tarkov main. Interesting. Escape from Tarkov I
That's
hear
fun.
is really good. Yeah,
Yeah, people like that.
nice. Wow, shut up, Morgan. Okay, okay.
There it is.
Moving on. End zone. End zone. I will depart. I have to admit, I don't think I watched this one, and
I think this is the one that didn't work.
yeah, it was only like. Oh no, this isn't the 10-minute one, is it? There's a video in here that was 9 minutes long because it was absolute garbage, right?
Or is this the wait, can you play a little bit of this one? I don't remember this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I do. I remember it.
Okay.
It's the RTS one. I guess it's not RTS, it's turn-based strategy game.
Okay. End zone. I will depart. Simon DG. The tutorial guy's voice almost put me to sleep.
This is the fundamental problem with these games, or like this game series, is that we end up just doing a lot of tutorials. And for a game like this, it was like a super complex, boring, long tutorial. That's it.
I think any turn-based game has a long tutorial. Like when I
Yeah.
covered Humankind, which is fantastic, by the way. Not that I am contractually obligated to say that, but but it is a really good game. But I streamed it for probably like, we recorded a video and it was probably like 2 hours long, but like a solid hour and 20 of it was the tutorial. But you never really left the tutorial either because it's constantly then teaching you other stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
it's so complex. You really need to sink a lot of time into those games. So I don't know if they necessarily make good. Probably good for streaming, maybe not so much for videos where you've only got so much time to spend. But
Yeah. So from Pill, so this is a more visually impressive RimWorld. Okay, RimWorld is actually really fun, but it's very complex as well. Green thing is the access point to the structure. If it is blocked, AA dummies can't access the thing. Oh, that's good. Speaking about building management stuff, how about Evil Genius? Don't know anything about that. P.S. Watching Jim's figuring out basic tutorial and hesitate before every choice while trying to perfect given tasks, then still do something wrong is agonizing. Agreed. And this is my big problem with it. Like James loves these choice games, but he's terrible at making choices. So I don't know. It's rough. And when you're just trying to get through the tutorial, it's like, come on.
I mean, I think every time we play a game with a tutorial, we always say afterwards we should do the tutorial first and then record the video. But we never learn our lesson. It's insane.
Here's Crispy on the Twitch chat. I did write a comment that I didn't post in the end. I think complaining that the series is basically nonstop tutorials. Not sure what can be done about it, but it doesn't really give a good view of the full game, which I would think would be more useful. How about James sinks 5 hours in each one pre-recording? Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah.
what's that? $50 times 5. That's $500, and we don't have a second of footage down.
If you're thinking about giving this Christmas season to the Patreon, we're gonna need a lot of it.
I didn't mean to laugh halfway through you reading that, by the way, but I just read Mikey's comment that said Danny is a walking conflict of interest. I swear to God. It's true. Playing devil's advocate, if someone watches the video, they don't know what's going on without the tutorial.
The problem is, especially like in this one, some of the tutorials are shorter, but this tutorial is so long, it just becomes unfun because then we're just doing the tutorial. And if it was like a how to make it through the tutorial video, that would be one thing. But if it's a review video of the game, we're not living up to whatever the promise of that video is.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a first-person shooter where the tutorial is 5 minutes long and it's basically up, down, left, right, this is how you shoot and this is how you
Yeah.
whatever, that's fine. but yeah, for turn-based things like strategy games and whatever,
That freaking card game, Wingspan.
yeah, card
Oh
games,
my
4X
god.
games, all that stuff, you need to spend a solid hour just learning the game before you record, I
Yeah.
guess. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Stuff. Maybe we
Maybe we
get
get
James to like stream each game for an hour, and then throughout the week, and then on Mondays we record together the games that he's already streamed, so he knows how to play them.
Mikey says maybe we just need someone to play the tutorial for him and then just do some cliff notes and then he can just jump into the game.
Oh
Have you?
yeah, I volunteer you to impart information onto James, and then watch him do what
I
you told him.
Yeah, I think Mikey has volunteered for that role.
Perfect
Really,
man for the job.
yeah. I mean, have you met James? Do you understand like how his brain works? I mean, anyway.
Hey, what up, Bill? We've just been discussing your comments pretty much this entire video, so
It's funny, really, because I love the series because it's James struggling. There's not much I like more, but for a general audience, ... The general audience loves to see James struggle. That's the entire appeal of the. I mean, there are people who play. There's two ways to be successful at YouTube, and I'm not saying that we've been successful. But there's two ways to be successful at YouTube: either be really fucking good, like world record beating. I'm going to be like headlining Games Done Quick next year, kind of good, or
which
being
we've done.
so bad, so ridiculously bad. It's almost like Tommy Wiseau's The Room, right? It's like you've become so bad at playing video games that people actually love you again because you're that bad at it. And I
You
think we
circle
lean
back
to,
around.
yeah, and I think we lean towards the latter potentially.
Oh no.
Dear.
Saints 928, one of your guys' vids came up last Wednesday when I was drinking and my buddy was mega high. He said Morgan looked like a Game of Thrones like a guy from Game of Thrones. I told him it was, and he believed me. So now, Morgan, you gotta tell a pretend story about filming the show so I can clip it and send it to him. Lol. AAA joke or low tier overthought garbage. Also, this game reminds me of Age of Empires. Used to play with three old Windows 95s hooked up through a LAN network. LAN parties are fun. Do I have a Game of Thrones story? I guess. I mean, the funniest thing that happened off of camera was me and Kit were hanging out in between shooting, and he swore that he was an actual good archer. And I've been doing archery my whole life, so we set up, where Arya usually trains down in the North Castle, and we're hanging out there while they're filming. And I shoot, not a bullseye, but pretty close. And Kit goes to shoot, and he whacks his arm so hard because he didn't have an archer's brace on. It tore a bunch of skin, and he had to wear makeup over the red spot for at least a month after that.
Jeez, that's crazy. I mean, surely before he started bragging, he should have had some idea of how to actually, use the weapon. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't think about it, because most people don't.
yeah. Well, I mean, what an amazing story from the set of Game of Thrones.
Oh,
There,
hopefully that helps, Saints. Edit this part out.
yeah. Edit this part out. Mad respect for the three Windows 95 machines hooked up through a LAN network, though. That was living the dream back then, because
Yeah.
it was not cheap to buy either PCs or LAN gear back then. It wasn't like these days where your ISP sends you a free router and you can plug it all in. And it was that was high end stuff.
Danny, you seen this on Twitch?
Am I seeing more?
Pill subscribed for 4 months. I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did. Boom.
That's a big commitment. All right, shut down shop. We've done it, boys.
Here's Bill.
Take the money and run.
I have to admit, like we don't. It's not like we stream on Twitch that often, and already we earn more revenue.
I do every day.
Oh yeah, I mean I know you do, but I mean before you started doing it daily,
Yeah.
it was normally like fan mail, and then me and Zach on the weekends, and that was kind of it for a while, and then ad hoc every now and again. But even then,
Yeah.
even with just that, we earned we earn like way more per minute of whatever footage that we put out there than we do on YouTube, like by a mile,
Oh, really?
by an
Well, we should
absolute.
be
But like,
doing
you
more
don't make.
Twitch then.
It's like YouTube, and even on YouTube, it's mostly like the historic stuff that makes most of the money now. So like like
Yeah.
from the stuff we make, it's like, cool, you made a video and it got like 430 views, Dark Souls or whatever. For that, you earned 0.013 cents. It's like,
Yeah.
cool. I can feed a pigeon for that, maybe, if I was lucky. I'm going off on a
Ooh,
weird
Danny
tangent.
Souls. Should we wait for Zach to jump in and do those last two?
Yeah, we'll put that
Yeah.
last. He might not turn up, but we'll put it last just in case.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, this is the one. Beyond the Wire.
yes. So was this game bad, or was it just the fact that there was nobody playing it?
It was everything. It was
Okay,
just like it was like not loading. Like the whole thing was broken.
cool. Sounds great. Dark Page. You can read this one.
Fart in your mouth for free? Question.
I'm guessing that's what this game essentially was.
Oh, we did finally eventually get into a match, and then James immediately team killed a guy. The guy you team kills said something in voice chat right after. I would have loved to know what he said. Haha. Also, the cannon scene at 520 left me in tears. So the only matches that we could get into were like 200 ping matches because there was only one match.
There was one server that people
Yeah,
were actually playing on. Okay.
yeah,
So, I mean, I guess going back to Dark Page's comment, it's like the game is so bad that even for free, it's not a good deal. Is it? We're on that level.
yeah. That's essentially what it was. Roman Rat it must be a player of the game. Says you got to play on the weekends. Changing your anti-aliasing fixes the fuzzy foliage.
He's either a fan of the game or he's the developer of the game. I feel really bad if he's the latter. I guess there's a. I
I
guess
mean,
there's
the
one
game
way to
doesn't
find out.
work.
I
Yeah,
mean,
let's.
that is a fundamental problem if you're trying to.
Yeah, I don't know what. Like maybe, yeah, maybe it's like a one-man developing team, and like we've thrown him under the bus. Beyond the Wire.
um, I mean, it doesn't. I've seen worse looking games on the surface, but it's
Formed by a coalition of developers and modders, Redstone Interactive's primary focus is to create original and memorable. Blah 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 blah. I mean, it doesn't say anything about rats on here.
no. I don't think the rat dude is is involved, at least on an official sense.
Wow, the images that they use are like they must be caught in the engine in 4K or something because it's like doesn't look anything like what we were looking at.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, you were playing it on James's potato, I'm assuming. So,
Yeah, but
and
we should
and
have at least gotten
you,
1080.
yeah, but he doesn't. Did he go into the settings and change any of them, or did he just go, "Well, it's giving me a default of 640 by 480 low, so I'm just gonna roll with it."
I mean, kind of. I mean, we did like open it up and stuff, but yeah. I mean, if the developer wants to jump on and lead James into how to play it properly, I would definitely love to see that. Oh, Crispy AI gifted a tier 1 sub to Indie Bob. Indie Bob, welcome. Thank you, Crispy AI. Everybody is sub now. If there is any non-subbed people in there, definitely sub.
It's like Christmas come early for everybody,
Yeah.
except James because he's not here. Dark Souls number 2, episode number 66, the Fume Knight Fury.
Ooh. Pill has a question. Planning to buy a Switch. Any recommendations why I should not buy OLED?
I don't have any recommendations why you should not buy OLED because I absolutely freaking love the OLED on the Nintendo Switch that I have.
Is it essentially because the blacks are way blacker, or is the whole screen better altogether? And what's the price difference?
I don't know what the price difference is. I imagine it possibly is more expensive. You do get a few. Hey, we got another sub. It's Pixel
Holy
Fiction
moly!
rolling
It's
in.
and Sparion 97. They're all coming in hot.
This is phenomenal. It's
Let's
almost
go,
like
boys.
we should get rid of James. James goes on strike and people are just putting money into the pot. It's great. He needs that
Level
$50,
one.
folks. Keep it coming in. Anyway, no, as a joke.
What's a level one hype train? Yeah, should we just do a subathon the rest of the day? See,
That
see if
seems to
we.
be. We seem to accidentally have found ourselves in one. So I mean, sure.
Wait, what does a hype train do? Sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. Okay.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Too hyped.
Too hyped. What was I going to say? Something about James, probably.
The OLED.
OLED, yeah, of course. So I think the Nintendo Switch OLED has some other little perks as well. Like I think it's got more storage and things like that. It's not like a massive upgrade, but it's pretty nice. So I mean, if the price difference is, if you can afford it,
Oh,
um,
geez.
like well, I mean, sometimes budget is an issue. So like, if you're not that bothered about having a nice screen, and you've got $50 to spend on a game instead, then sure.
Here's the kicker. Pill, thank you for getting Helixy a sub gifting. Thank you. What would you rather buy? A Quest 2 or a Switch if you could only get one?
Oh, I as
Because they're
much as
essentially
I
the same price, which I keep looking at. I'm like, even though I have a regular Quest, stupid regular Quest.
so I'll be honest. As much as I hate Facebook or Meta or whatever the hell he's calling it these days, I hate them as a company.
Yeah.
But
But let me shill for them because I'm a walking contradiction.
I'm not going because I'm a walking conflict of interest. It's true. But one, there is actually now a really. So if you go on Google, you can find there's a nice rootkit out there now on GitHub where you can just strip all the Facebook stuff out of it. So do that.
Yeah.
Number one.
Is that going to stop you from like teaming up with people and stuff?
It stops you from using the Facebook services if you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the only down. But you can still do the link stuff and play Steam VR. It's like Steam VR is the thing that I like.
Yeah.
So plugging into the PC and doing the Steam VR stuff. I'll be honest. I'd pick the Quest too. I've spent more time playing that than I have the Switch. It's a game changer. Like VR is crazy. Like it feels like it's not quite real life, but it feels like it's on the cusp of it, right? Like you can put it on and you can convince yourself you're in a place. Like Half-Life Alyx, it just feels like you're there. You can pick up like a bottle of beer and there's like the liquid in it and the bubbles and stuff, and you look at it and you're like, it's got the right scale and depth, and it's crazy. Like it's like, okay, this is pretty game changing stuff. So
Yeah.
I kind of liken it to like the first TVs were kind of like 15-inch black and white. That's kind of what this feels like, right? Like it's a phenomenon. Like wow, I can see the other side of the world on a news report, and it's like I'm there. But in 20 years' time, I'm very excited to see where VR is going to go. Because like if it only gets better from here, then yeah, it's.
You'd hope it does. The only thing that I'm worried about is because like I had a Quest when it first came out. Still have it. Started using it again more regularly, and kind of the top games are still the top games. That's what I worry about. But maybe like the launching of the metaverse stuff and the hype around that will change that a little bit. But I feel like there's not as much development focus on VR because there's not as much money there right now.
I kind of agree. I think I have two takes on that. One is just from my other job because again I'm a walking conflict of interest. I obviously not going to talk about any specifics, but I speak to
You're gonna try not to talk about any specifics.
Well, no. I'm just going to say that I speak to a lot of developers that are working on VR games, and there are some interesting like concepts and things that people are working on. So that's interesting. And so I think more is going to come. But I also liken it. So do you remember like when HD first became a thing? So like back in like 2005 or whatever, when it really started to, like people actually could afford to buy a HD cable.
You're like, I gotta get the 720 monitor.
Yeah, I've got to buy my first 720p TV and all that stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
but there was like 5 channels, and it was like Discovery Channel, another Discovery
Mhm.
Channel, like maybe the Smithsonian. There was like maybe one BBC World or whatever, and I don't know maybe you had like one of the big channels like. Whatever you have there, HBO, the sports maybe were in HD, but like there wasn't that much
HBO.
HD stuff, and now everything's in HD. Like even we're doing it in HD. You know what I mean? So like, give it 10 years, give it 5 to 10 years, let it mature a bit. I can see it becoming more common. Um,
I guess it's just me, but I've never heard a British person say H so many times.
why?
H. H.
Why?
Hitch.
I'm channeling the spirit of Triple H, the WWF wrestler from
Triple H.
HHH. Um,
H. 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 It's a breathier H.
okay,
H.
sorry. How would you like me to say the word hate?
No, I like the way you say it. I just had never heard it before. It's interesting. H.
I'm trying to think of other ways to even tackle that, and I just can't. Huh?
You gotta say it like an American. H.
Here comes Zach to just shit on my day. The history of HD. That's tough. I'm not making it up. Like when we first got mine, I got my first HD TV. HD TV. There was 5 channels on it, and they were mostly documentaries. That's just kind of how, because it's like, oh, what's the first thing you do with a shiny new technology where everything looks clean and crisp and clear? Let's film a bunch of nature stuff because people like nature and it shows off technology well. Even with VR
Yeah.
headsets, if you go on the Oculus browser, I'm sure one of the first things it suggests is it's a trip through nature in VR, and it's like that's the first thing people do with stuff like this. But that's a good sign because that's the first step on the investment. Like, give it another
The
five,
same
ten
same thing
years.
happened when 4K came out. 1080 maybe rolled out more smoothly to replace 720, but 4K was definitely like jarring. You were like, either you have an HD or you have a UHD.
I think
Like,
4K is still like that to some degree. I,
you think they're still rolling stuff out?
well, kind of. It's weird because Netflix and Amazon have kind of really gone in heavy on 4K HDR, right? Like,
Yeah,
which is great because like most stuff I watch now on Netflix seems to be in 4K HDR, like the new stuff.
yeah.
Um, but and maybe I'm just not up to date with these things, but last time I had satellite TV, which was about 2 years ago, there was like 2 4K channels. Like there was no real streaming live 4K really.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, and then and even HD is not like not everything is made in HD either, believe it or not. So um, I think 4K is kind of it's possibly about where VR is, maybe a bit more ahead, but it's kind of that
Oh, it's
same
got to be
thing.
ahead of VR.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess only because it's like TV set. The thing, the barrier is the thing. You're wearing this stupid dopey thing on your face, right?
Yeah.
That's the barrier. Like either you're comfortable with that or you're not, and if you're not, you're not going to do it. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me, but
I
like
can't wait till I can like just put a contact lens in.
yeah, or just a pair of glasses, right? Pair of
Glasses.
sunglasses,
Well, I want
everything.
full. I want full 360-degree, no periphery. I want my eyes to be in the matrix.
Well, you just need to take your eyes out and replace them with digital eyes.
Do you know how fast I would do that if that was a reliable thing to do?
Um, I'm probably going to be scared of the answer either way, but go on.
Yeah, immediately. I mean,
Immediately.
I have no problem. Like, I couldn't if they were like, yeah, like cybernetics is like here and ready to go. Here's an arm. Here's eyes. Like all that stuff. Let's go. I would do it right now.
Yeah, but I think technology wise, I think it would be very exciting. Why is this turned into a tech podcast? Tech wise, I think it would
Uh
be very
oh,
exciting.
another podcast is born.
But privacy and security wise, it makes me a bit scared. Especially if like it's one thing having a VR headset that Facebook control, and I'm already uncomfortable with that. If Facebook literally controlled my eyes,
Yeah, well, that brings it back to like the right to repair stuff, which is why it's so important now to put all of that stuff in place going forward, so that you can walk down to the mom and pop cyberpunk shop and get your arm fixed instead of having to down to Facebook and get them to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine you've got your Facebook eyes in, and you're walking down the street, and you see an advert for something, and you
Hmm.
don't know whether that is a physical thing in the real world that somebody has placed there, or whether
Hmm.
your eyes have just, Facebook have just augmented that in to sell you some stuff.
I mean,
And
if you want to go deep and talk about the simulation or the I don't even know what to call it. It's not the simulation. The idea that the entire world is just built on what you're sensing. Like, is it any more real than if it's actually physically there?
it's not, but I suppose it's the fact that you in the real world, there's like a physical, physically required to do something to get the outcome, right? So like for that advert to exist, I have to go and put that
Are you
advert there.
saying that you have to have the use of two senses to have something be real?
But it's
So you
also,
have to be able to
but
feel it and see it?
it's feeling it, seeing it, but it's also then the confirmation that that thing exists. So like if I was if you like we can see the same thing, so we can
Mm-hmm.
confirm to each other that this thing exists, right? But imagine if they could show you advertising that is specific only to you, and nobody else can see it. And then at
Yeah.
what point does that become like a tool for like political propaganda and like things that are just, but nobody else can see it. So like you can't police that then. So no one can turn around and say that that is, something that you really should not be allowed to see because it's, slandering a political opponent or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And you can't police that anymore because no one can see, only you can see it. So it becomes a bit of a thing.
I mean,
Anyway, we're way off track
yeah.
here.
It is a Black Mirror episode. It is what they're already doing. Yeah, it's all here and it's now. Enjoy. Dark Souls 2.
Amazing, Jays. Wow. 2 victories in a row, guys. I really didn't expect you to do so many runs where you completely kept him out of the healing zone. Glad the tip to switch to a better shield worked for you, James. The impressive show of dexterity to be capable of double space switching to and from the two-handed shield. We had some doubts that you could pull it off on top of everything else you would have to manage. What do you have to say about that, James?
Oh, I'm not logged in. Indie Bob, I was still trying to talk about that other stuff. Indie Bob, I'm very excited about that aspect, like the ARX aspect, where you can like change your wallpaper every day to whatever you want, or like yeah, your coffee cup in reality would just be like a regular coffee cup, but you could change it to look like whatever you want. I want all that stuff.
You
All
know,
right, back.
the quest has started doing that to some limited degree. So you can put your sofa in. So if you go in your quest and go in the experimental tab, they've got one way you can do it with your sofa, and they've got one way you can do it with your desk. So you can place a real world desk and a real world sofa into the VR world, so you can see it and sit down on it, and it's the real thing. Like you can't do the objects on the desk, so it's kind of pointless at the moment.
You're
But
just
it's
like
quite.
smashing everything off your desk while you're
It's
trying to
like,
mess with it.
yeah, it's like I can see my desk, but I can't see anything on it. So I'm just like, but yeah, but I mean, it's a cool first step, and it's like yeah, that kind of. I think augmented is more interesting than just pure VR to be actually.
Yeah, Indie Bob, that's what we're talking about, like pass through camera and seeing things in AR, and eventually you will not need a keyboard or anything. I would say the Quest 2 is really close to that, right? With their hand recognition.
It's kind of close. I wouldn't say it was there. It's experimental still. There's a reason this stuff is on the experimental tab,
But
um,
it is close.
but it's pretty good. When it does the pass through, so you can see the actual real world while
It's
you've got the
all
thing
just
on.
black and white.
It's in black and white, but apart from that, it is pretty good. Everything's where it should be, and it feels like you're not necessarily wearing it, other than that you've lost all the color in your vision, and it's a bit grainy. But you can.
Can't
This is what I
somebody
was saying before about
put
TVs,
something
right?
up on GitHub to fix that?
I think it's probably the type of sensors and cameras that they use probably don't capture color.
Uh, it's reading the infrared feedback and not an actual camera.
Yeah, it's probably more based on infrared and
Uh,
stuff. But
Interesting.
Yeah, but having said that, it's like we are saying before about TV, like the first TVs were black and white and stuff. But like I'm saying, like 10 years, 20 years time, you can see that being in color and better fidelity, and then you can really start to have fun with it, right? So it's coming. I think it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll focus. This is just my favorite subject. Sorry, guys. Amazing Jays, James, you're already to the point of diminishing returns for ADP and the agility stat that makes your drink animation faster. You also have better iframes on your roll than you get in Dark Souls 1. For example, because of how high your character's ADP already is, probably not a good idea to invest any more in it. He's still doing it. He's going to continue to do it. Her French. Yes, that was the sweet spot. Again, agility 105, something like that. Many people say that it's already high, but I found it very welcome against the bigger enemies and their lingering hitboxes like the giants in the Dragon Airy.
Cool. I'll pretend I understood that. Ralph Murphy.
Soon. You're going to roll directly into Dark Souls 2 after finishing 1, right?
I am going to make that assumption. I don't know how long I've got left on Dark Souls 1. It's not. It doesn't feel like that long ago since I beat Ornstein and Smell. But having said that, I think potentially made a fair bit of progress. So
well, everything past that point is like downhill. You feel like you just like chug through it because
it feels like that.
Powerful.
Well, you were there. Yeah. You were there the other day. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get. Yeah. I'm just tanking my way through the game at this point.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's such a like foreign strategy to how I normally play that it's very curious. I like it. Ralph Murphy, I got the notice for this 8 seconds ago, and you've already watched it and commented. I am so behind the times. Kamikaze Ice, greetings, boils and ghouls. Kamikaze Ice is quick on the draw.
Well, I think he was replying to Jay's comments because these are in order. So Jay's was there 2 days before everybody else. If you want to know how he did it, the answer is
pay the man.
Get on the Patreon. Yes. No.
Yeah.
Yes. Kamikaze Ice. Giant Heaney camera duplicated on the right side of the screen, goes about half the screen height and 20 pixels wide. Pause at 2 minutes 37 and you can see a portion of a humble Heaney elbow that was cursed by a gypsy. Is that my editing mistake or James's?
No. You know how James has his own secret scene? Yeah, there it is.
What was I?
He didn't put a filter on me. He promised me he would.
A filter.
So you see that black bar on the right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I wondered what that was about. I couldn't get rid of it though.
Yeah.
So there was nothing I could really do about that because it was there.
So James has his own secret scene, and he was like rallying on me and ragging on me, saying that was somehow I had done it, and he had duplicated his own camera in his own secret scene, and it was popping out on the side there.
So that's why it was a black thing, because it was just right. Okay, yeah. Is there a reason why he just continues to refuse to use the scenes that we set up for him, and we're all fully working and tested when we set them up? And never mind. I'm going. Take it offline.
Oh, I do have a problem with the Twitch. The Twitch one, the "Be Right Back" is actually the starting soon screen.
I can probably fix that. That might be my fault, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying not to touch anything. It took me 2 hours to convince James to put his own audio into his own scene things because he was freaking out that the audio wasn't exactly the same every time he jumped into it. It was very frustrating because you can put them into your own scene. So now every time I pull up my scene on my computer, I have my own audio things in there and it automatically pops up. Frustrating. All right.
Mike, we need help again. Kamikaze
Ice. Morgan, if you're having Bluetooth problems, uninstall the driver and get the driver from your dongle's manufacturer's webpage. TLDR, Microsoft's driver causes problems. Don't use it if there's an alternative. It's a Microsoft controller. It's an Xbox controller connected to a Windows machine.
That should be fine. I connect my controller through Bluetooth, and I have no problems except with the B button on occasion.
Mine randomly disconnects. maybe twice an hour.
Weird.
Hmm.
Um, we should get back into our tech podcast. Have you tried a
Yeah,
different USB port for the Bluetooth dongle?
it's there's no dongle. It's in the machine.
Oh well, there's not. Yeah, so it probably is the Bluetooth chip on the motherboard. Then that's kind of they're always if it's built onto. Is it a laptop or a desktop?
Desktop.
So it's Bluetooth built into the motherboard of a desktop PC. It's probably garbage. You should get like a little USB Bluetooth dongle.
Dongle.
Yeah, like a decent one
All
though,
right.
not the
Oh,
cheapo ones from
I'm gonna
AliExpress.
I'm gonna
Don't.
call Asus. I'm gonna call their Republic of Gamers phone line and tell them it's garbage.
Yeah,
I'll tell them Danny said it.
it's Asus, by the way.
Buy a random USB Bluetooth dongle. Should work. How is that the fix? How is the one that's built in not the good one?
Because it's a tiny little Bluetooth chip with no real aerial attached to it, stuck on a motherboard surrounded by a bunch of other chips and memory and the processor and everything else, giving you a load of electrical interference. And it's just, yeah, it's like it's not the ideal situation.
Nobody said that, Mad Mikey B. Nobody said that.
AMD sucks, GameFront. I no, nobody said that.
Nobody said that.
No,
I'll
we
get a
got
dongle. I'll get a dongle.
someone's triggers and bumpers weren't working the other day. Help remind me who that was happening to. That was nothing to do with my Bluetooth or the controller or anything like that. The triggers and bumpers, the game.
That was
I'm telling
operator
you,
error.
Dark Souls itself was giving me
No.
problems.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
my.
the game glitched. Like I was backed into it. Whatever. All of you can just go to hell. Kamikaze Ice, 9 minutes and 32 seconds. It's a race to the door, and each screen shows the other player in the lead. Rafflegakes.
Kamikaze Ice, in this video, whom does Morgan act most like? Seeing he's still on fan mail Tatooine. Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Uncle Owen? Oh no.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I mean, you could make the argument for all three to some degree. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Actually, before I say that, I should clarify who's Uncle Owen. I don't know Uncle.
Uncle Owen, so you don't... Uncle Owen is the guy who takes care of Luke Skywalker while he's on Tatooine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, he's too clean shaven. He's too clean.
In the prequels, he actually is played by a good actor. I forget his name, but like he's played by a named actor, and he's only in it for like 10 minutes.
I think there's a definite. I mean, the hair color is kind of wrong, but there's a definite Obi-Wan argument to be made, for sure.
I mean, I associate most with Obi-Wan.
Yeah. So
that makes James my little Anakin.
yeah, it works on a number of levels.
Mm-hmm. You're Palpatine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mad Mikey B is Chewie.
Oh god. It's kind of the noise he makes. What does this make Zach? That's the real question.
Oh, R2D2.
R2D2.
No, he's
too angry for R2D2.
Yeah, he's the little guy that sits with Jabba that yells.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, nobody's happy with this.
Oh, no.
No, don't go, Mikey.
I've thrown everybody under the bus. Oh, no.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a fun 20 years, but we're done. Kamikaze.
No, stick around. It's going to get super fun.
Yeah, it's just me and Morgan for now, and everyone else has quit. They're on strike.
I don't know why Zach isn't in here.
He's probably in the queue for Taco Bell.
Probably. Kamikaze Ice controlling the menu with the stick. Blech. Okay.
I mean, I don't see how else you would control it. I mean, you could use the mouse, but...
Yeah, so this is the problem with these fights. 1658, what the F? It looks like James just screws off after his initial hits. Tech for too long. Let's experiment. Can James just for one time, you won, not talk for one, you won, fight and just focus, just once, after 20 attempts anyway. I enjoy the chatter for the first 19 to 100 attempts, haha. Always chatting away, and it always causes hesitation and failure, but hilarious to watch. This is the problem. This is
I
it.
I sympathize with him though because I feel like that. I feel like if I'm not saying anything, it's not interesting. And I'm not an actor or anything, obviously, but it
But there's
feels
so
like
much time to chatter around. But when it's like we've lost to this boss like 80 times in a row, like let's just focus in,
I
beat him, and then
yeah
we
I
can
do I
chitter
focus
chatter.
yeah I focus up when it gets tense when it gets a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Kamikaze Ice making fun of you guys in the comments. Help! I've fallen and can't get up. Did I do that? I'm not sure who that voice was supposed to be, but
James
um,
probably.
James. Okay. I don't recognize this name, but I've seen a few comments from her. Finst
He's new. He's
Finsterness?
back, or he's either changed his name or he's a new uh follower.
Anyway, her Finsterness says the Fume Knight. A lot of love for the Fume Knight. What a joy to learn to fight. My favorite in Dark Souls 2, and still high up there in the entire genre. It's one of those bosses that, like the Nameless King, is hard, but never feels like he's cheating you. So he fights fair, he fights clean,
Yeah,
apparently. To which
just
Dark
hits
Page
really
says,
hard.
yeah. What a beautiful definition for a good boss fight. Lovely. I'll let you take the next
Dark
one.
Genius. Well, you guys have graduated from the lower ranks of the elite tier of the Fuck the Fume Night Club, meaning you've actually beat him. Good job, boys. Get ready for Blue Smelty next, and then onto the Alone Memory and that fucking gauntlet. Okay.
A lot
Oh
of F
yeah,
bombs there.
yeah. It's a tough game. Tech for too long. This boss really effing made me struggle. Was fun though. Great vid, my peeps.
Tell me
Tell
about
me
it.
about it.
Just tell me about it. I mean, that's just so inappropriate. Depending on the, because it seems very unenthusiastic. I'm wondering what this picture is. Is it like
It's a
a
little cup.
cup?
I thought it was a cup.
Is it like a cup? Can we get a bigger version of that? Maybe not.
Oh, I hope it's like a. Oh, it's a BMW cup
It's a BMW cup. Okay. Okay.
in front of a laptop.
Nice.
Brad Hahn. Who else but James would spend multiple videos fighting a boss, and then when he finally beats it, cowered out back to the bonfire instead of taking 2 steps forward to claim his reward. Little good GG guys, beating this boss is bragworthy. Ben Jordan Thunder, you fought well, Rami. It was great seeing Morgan's camera in the corner. Dark Page, it took me a second to get used to it, but I ended up being into that little screen for Morg's perspective. Oh yeah, because I recorded it in a little format.
Yeah, we did an experiment. So I got the footage. We got James's footage as normal,
Mm,
complete with black bar on the side,
yeah,
and we got footage from your perspective as well. But obviously it was at a lower resolution, so you couldn't really put it full screen because
yeah.
it didn't look. So we normally would do the cutting back and forth thing, but that's a lot of editing anyway, and blah blah blah, and it wouldn't look great because it was lower resolution. So I thought put it in the corner. It
Uh
might
huh.
look a bit distracting, but people might dig it. So it's an experiment. If people liked it, we might do that again for next
It
time. If
seems like
people
they
didn't
they
like it,
did,
yeah, we can always get rid. And then when James was dead and nothing was happening there, we just blew yours up a bit so you could see yours more.
and I
And
will record it in 1080 next time. I just normally when I record, I'm just recording my camera, and so I forgot to change my settings back afterwards.
yeah, well, people seem to like it. So I mean, and people can see what's going on at the same time and stuff. So I mean, people, yeah. I mean, we did something that people like. I mean, that's a bit of a shocker. Like it takes me
Everybody
a minute to,
panic.
yeah. Dark Page, and it took me a second to get used to it, but I ended up being. Oh no, we read that one. Dark Page. I think not knowing or having all the idols for the fight made this boss that much more interesting as far as strategy goes. Dark Page. James brought out the big boy sword.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Oh, have you not seen the finished product?
No, I didn't watch it because I lived it.
Yeah, fair enough. Um, have you guys
Uh,
ever played GTFO?
it's not for
Um,
me. James loves it.
hmm, why does that ring a bell?
It's the one where you're like running from movie monsters, right?
James
or is
does
that
like
the
that one. I think James
or is
does
that
want to
the
play that one.
shooter?
You need 4 people. There are 4 of us. We're just rarely in the same room together, but there are 4 of us.
Oh no, this is something else.
Oh,
Oh, I have played this. I played this with my D&D buddies. It's pretty cool. It's like a tactical uh
Aliens meets
uh
Left
sh-
4 Dead, says Indie Bob.
yeah, so you're like trying to get through missions together and you've got to be like use tactics and stuff. It's pretty fun.
All right. I mean, if we can make the stars align, we can look at it.
Yeah. Is Zach at Taco Bell or is he gonna get in here? All right. Sorry, where were we?
We're at Dark Page 41. Hell of a dodge.
Can we see it? I'm
Sure.
assuming it's me.
Let's treat ourselves.
We deserve it. Nope.
I'm guessing that was it.
Yeah, and I was right. It was me. I just took it to the face.
Dodge. I mean, I can't laugh because I'm terrible at Dark Souls, but it was quite funny.
I would like to try Phasmophobia again with my real computer. Pill. Morgan's screen is shown. What is this sorcery? Great start. Again, after you hit 1 million soul memory, it is a useless stat that does not affect your summoning. The summoning routes do not widen the soul level memory gap for summoning. It narrows down summoning pool, so it's easier for you to get into the same game. Fume-gated the boss. Fumigated. Oh, got it. Yeah. Fumigated the boss.
It's funny.
Ah-da-da-da.
And then finally, Simon DG. Good job. Be sure to also explore the highest level of the tower. There's another boss that you really don't want to miss. Thanks for
Thanks
the
for the
tip.
tip. Thanks for the tip.
Zach, are you coming? Shall we wait for you? We can always do tech podcast for 10 minutes if you're on the way.
Yeah, how far from Taco Bell are you? I'm in your house.
Indie pop. Remnant from the Ashes. Remnant from the Ashes is really good. If you've not played that.
We played a bit. Hey, what up, Jays?
Wait, where is
DJ
Zach?
Jay-Z Jeff.
Should Zach be offended that Mike Hughes only just noticed that he's not here? Not to cause tension among the staff, but I mean, is that...
Don't staff get paid?
It depends how you define the word staff and the words paid.
Oh, yeah. So staff is, I'll define it as someone who gets paid. Getting paid is someone who receives money or compensation.
Okay. I would just like to plead the fifth. I would like to draw people's attention to the news where you can read some interesting things about Kellogg's cornflakes. Just to deflect the question. Most people are chatting on Twitch, I bet. 15 minutes. Zach is 15 minutes away. So we could wait. How can we fill time for 50? Given, you don't have anywhere better to be, I'm assuming, because James is not turned up.
Yeah, I'm good. Pill, where? Why can't we find the blacksmith box?
I tell you what,
Start a new game. I can't start a new game. I'm a machine. I'm killing machine.
It would be a bit of an extreme solution.
Yeah, we've already got like over 10 hours in.
Oh, the framing of your camera's all weird today.
And you just noticed.
Yeah, it's like you cut off at the the boob level. I don't know why. There's just a big gap underneath. I'll try and fix it. Anyway, I thought I'll put it on this scene for 10 minutes while we wait for Zach to turn up, because we might as well wait for him to do the video that he stars in. In the meantime, what should we talk about? Comments. Hey guys, check out the streams on Twitch that Morgan does every day at time playing game. Laugh. Face.
Oh, he's trying to get me to plug it. 8 a.m. Oh, that's too far. 8. We usually play from like 8 to 10. That's the game plan. And we've been playing Outward. It's pretty fun. I'm trying to get James to do a co-op with me. Maybe that's what we'll make videos of. Time zone? Yeah, the only time zone that matters, Pacific.
Brutal. Have we filled in your new? Have we filled in your new streams on? Is it on the schedule? Because that would help. Because then you could just go look at the schedule and it'll be in their time zone and everything. That's kind of why it exists.
No, we took it off because I was, out and about for a year. But now I'm locked in for another year, so I should be streaming for the next year at least.
Okay, we're gonna update the schedule on twitch.tv/Gamefront, so it'll be on there in your local time zone vicinity.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, for me, it's a morning stream before work. And if enough of you guys sub, I will gladly quit my job and stream all day.
Mikey, if you've got a problem with the way that we plug things, why don't you come in here and plug it for us? You know, it's very good to be, armchair Twitcher. Telling people how to plug things. Add a plugs for the other vids. Don't tempt me, Baldy. Come in here now. Come in here now, and let's have this conversation on the air, because I want to know right now.
Wait, are you guys in the same house right now?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Why would we be in the same house?
I don't know. I have no idea what kind of, like, if you guys live together or not.
Mikey? With me and Mikey? No. We don't live that close. It's probably about an hour away. We've met up on a number of occasions, and there was that one time that he nearly fell into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time where we went to the railway museum. That was fun. There was one time where we went to a little technology shop in Sheffield. Or was it Sheffield? Derby. Oh, Lara Croft. We went and took our picture with the road sign that says Lara Croft Way, because that was where
Are they named Lara Croft?
Square Enix was based, or whatever. No. So they named
the opposite, the other way around.
They named a road after the developer, not the. Yeah.
Have you ever watched Derby Girls?
I have not.
It's pretty funny.
Well, you were drawing all of the attention to yourself, Mikey. That's why it's now become the Mad Mikey B stream. If you don't want to have the spotlight turned on you, then pipe down in the chat.
I feel like at some point James told me that you guys were brothers.
Yeah, James is weird, and like we already established, he's a pathological liar. So I mean,
that's why I thought you guys might live together.
Where did he get that from? That's very odd.
I have no idea.
I mean, I just, why would we be? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, and we just happen to, get involved in the same gaming website, and like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are like the Wachowski brothers of Gamefront.
We're like spiritual brothers, like you and James are spiritual brothers. Like,
oh my, two battling spirits,
yeah,
eternally trying to bring chaos to the world.
That's effectively the story, yeah.
All right, whoever is chatting as Gamefront, know that Mikey hates that, so don't do it, okay?
It's probably Zach. I'm guessing things have just gone out of hand.
It's Mikey.
Okay.
So
or is it you?
Giving him a hard time. No, it's Mikey.
It's Mikey. Okay. It's me. Okay. Even I've been fooled. It wasn't
it's
Square
not me.
Enix. Square Enix are the people who make the new Lara Croft games. Who was it? Why am I blanking on?
Was it THQ?
No. Who made the original Tomb Raider games? I'm going to kick myself when I think of the name.
I'm looking it up. You have very little time.
Why am I blanking? I know this, obviously. I'm a massive fan of these games. Why am I blanking on the name?
Yeah, seems like a huge
Um,
fan. Crystal Dynamics
Crystal
core design.
Dynamics.
Uh,
Crystal Dynamics, of course, is. Or is it Crystal Dynamics?
core design.
No, it's not. No, no.
Eidos
It's
Montreal.
Eidos.
There's a lot of Ubisoft did it for a while.
Team Raider. One.
Feral Interactive, and then
Who?
Square Enix Europe.
Yeah, I think I think it was Eidos. No, no. Core design. I don't know. One of them was based in Derby. Don't know anymore. Mikey, you live there. Tell me, which one was it?
Core made the original. Thank you, Pixel Fiction.
Core Design Limited, also known as Rebellion, was a British video game developer based in Derby. So yeah, of course it was. And now I'd see the logo with the Pac-Man on it and stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Oh, what a gibbon I am! I honestly, I don't know. I am qualified to be here. I promise.
I don't think Zach's coming. He won't
Zach,
say that he's not coming. Oh, 15 minutes, he said a long time ago. When was this comment?
was it that long ago?
All right, report and block.
Okay, that's pretty
No, I
brutal.
have no idea.
I mean, you do derail these fan mails on a regular basis, and the one
Me?
opportunity where you. I mean, it's normally like you, but this is the funny thing, right? You'll derail them and go off on wild tangents, and then you'll be the one who gets bored of the tangent and just starts reading a comment in the middle of somebody else's sentence to move things along.
Hey, someone's got to control the ebb and flow of these things, or it'll just,
Jeez.
All right, let's just do it without him. He's not coming.
Okay, he's not coming. Okay,
I hope you don't have any abandonment issues because we're being abandoned left and right today.
I mean, he's going to turn up right at the end and be very angry that we did this without him. But
He's known that we've been on for.
Oh, the intro's running again. Shh! James is on strike, still in the corner. There we go. Oh, such a professional stream. You can tell it's nearly Christmas. Amazing days. I was worried that the lost footage would feel more painful, but your black and white recap helps diffuse the concern. And
Zach's real boy. I liked it too. Good job, Danny.
That I'm gonna have that printed and framed. That's for like something Zach. I did something Zach approved of. I'm on a roll today. People like the Dark Souls 2 editing. They like the Dark Souls 1 editing. It's a step in the right direction, and I didn't have to pay James $50 for it.
I mean, you had to do it yourself.
I did.
So
I think I'm still up on the deal. Yeah.
Kamikaze Ice 1309. Zach simply says the word shield and Danny instinctively smashes the parry button. Zach, I didn't notice that. Good ear. Aye.
Zach is 9 minutes away. That's his new ETA. He's just passing Heston services. Pelagius says, do some other videos. You still have a few. Pill, just because you turned up late doesn't mean we didn't do the other videos already. Okay? The world does not I know you're the number one viewer and you're always here and it's fantastic and we love you.
That would be funny if we just waited for him.
But, we did do the other videos.
Let's review a different video.
Let's just review a video. You know what I always wanted to do that we didn't do the other time? Just read some of the comments from videos that are like really old, but people are still leaving comments on them.
Yeah.
Like some of Mitch's old guides and stuff, because people are leaving some pretty fucking funny comments on that stuff, to be honest. So we could do that for 5 minutes if you wanted, if you want to.
Yeah, let's see it.
Chance. So I'll put this screen on. Hopefully people can see it. Okay. Ignore the thing in the corner. So some of these are obviously from videos that we're going to read anyway, so we'll skip all of those. But whenever we get
where's an oldie? Yeah, let's find an oldie.
Yeah, because the video just released. So here we go. So
there we go.
This is Mortal Kombat walkthrough, combatant strategy guide from God knows when. And Animal Revolt says, so nice.
1 day ago.
Auto reply, so nice.
Oh, so nice, so nice. Why would the AI think that's appropriate?
I don't know. It's phenomenal, really.
That's wild.
So there we go. We got Humble Choice, Danny Souls. Oh, there we go. Mortal Kombat strategy again. This seems to be a very popular one. It's always like a lot of the top videos, but Koavu, disrespect to my katana, you are getting demonetized.
Wait, is he defending his waifu in this?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Oh my.
Mm.
Ooh,
There are
creepy. Oh,
we are dipping into some of the more potentially dodgy comments as well when we get into the older stuff. But people
yeah.
usually only comment on the older videos if they have something to be upset about. Although, having said that, the other one was fairly positive. First comment in a decade. Second comment in a decade.
Now that's comedy.
Now that's how you get them.
Ew. I hate that when you open Twitch, it automatically puts you into a live stream. I can't complain about that enough.
So that's Danny Souls. That's Dark Souls 2 again. End Zone. Danny Souls. Danny Souls. Danny Souls. End Zone. How to build a house. Skyrim Hearthfire DLC. How to build a house and find building materials. Alex All says I was proper stumped on how to get quarried stone, but now I know what to look out for. Cheers. You are welcome.
The Skyrim videos is crazy. Oh, already 10 years. A lot of these are just about how old everything is.
Sonic Generations walkthrough, part 24, boss fight, Egg Dragoon. Sonic Generations is a great game, though. So, I mean,
when was that from?
About 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's it was. This is how old I start to feel now. That game was like for the 20th anniversary of Sonic, and this year was the 30th. So it's like, cool. I'm an old man now.
Yeah. And this is getting me thinking.
Yes.
Like, we put a lot of, like, let's call them old style walkthroughs up on YouTube. Would it be better as we go forward to just live stream all of that stuff and then put it up as VODs and then use this for this kind of stuff, like how to buy a house, how to do the thing, like, or walkthroughs?
You are entering dangerous territory now. You're going to upset Pill. You're going to upset everybody. You're going to upset everybody.
Sure, I'm alienating the fan base, but is that wrong?
That's the hard-hitting questions that we need. I mean, I feel like there is room for... I mean, it's funny that people on YouTube, they have a channel dedicated to one thing, and then they have a second channel dedicated to another thing, and then they might have a third channel dedicated to a third thing, and it's like the point of a channel is that it has multitudes of different things on it. It's like you tune into HBO on Saturday, and it's got all kinds of different stuff. It's got a cookery program. It's got, I don't know, two people.
Well, that's the old idea of a channel. That's what I'm touching on. This is that's old thinking.
Yeah. Having said that, people subscribe to a channel because they liked a particular thing and they just want to watch more and more of that one thing. So, I mean, it's...
They got the beat.
Hey!
They got the beat.
Hey, let's see that Taco Bell.
I didn't get any Taco Bell.
One last comment before we, move on. Iman Keklik says for LA Noir Star Map Achievement Trophy walkthrough part 3 from probably about 10 years ago. He says, what key to fast travel? But Zach's here, so we've run out of time. So let's move on to Danny Souls with Zach, episode number 33. Hello, Zach. How are you?
Great. I'm doing fine.
Great.
Whoa. Hey, what's wrong?
On all cylinders.
No. Zach, what'd you do?
He's only got one cylinder, so it's okay.
It's my hay fever, man. Someone cut the grass this morning.
Are you sure it's not a hangover?
No, yeah, that's it. That's what it was. I got the first 2 letters right. But...
Did your friend leave yet?
Yeah, she left.
Yeah.
And I was a real minch.
Okay. I didn't know you had a friend. Who's this friend? I feel jealous.
I told you about it already. It did not go well.
Yeah, I'm joking.
I'm a monster. Is James going to show up? That was my friend that was here. You guys didn't know?
James is still on strike, I'm afraid.
This is the first time I've ever had to turn Zach up in my ear headphones.
Ooh, what's that cube? He has a cube.
It's a Tesseract.
Ooh. Nice. Very nice.
I think, right? My brain farting? God, I am doing good this morning. I should have gone to Taco Bell. What was I thinking? Got to get that daily fuel.
Yeah, well,
Work on becoming a diamond member there. You know, they have levels.
Well, I mean, they say that trans fats are good for soaking up the alcohol.
Yeah.
Trans fats?
Trans fats are like...
I've never heard it, but I'm going with it.
No, it's a real thing. Google it. I thought you'd be au fait.
I can't be regular fat. It has to be trans fat. It has to be the one that's bad for you.
It's a very bad for you fat. It's
not to brag, but I felt like here in America we got rid of trans fats.
They banned it in some places.
It may very well be because it's really a bad thing. Yeah.
I mean, like, remember when it was like in potato chips or whatever, or like normal stuff more often. Yeah. Now I don't see it like at all.
According to Wikipedia, it is generally accepted that trans fat in the diet is a contributing factor in several fun diseases, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer. Jesus.
You added the word fun, right?
I did. I thought it would be funny, and then it ended in cancer, and I just feel bad.
Oh, you should actually do it as a preventative measure. Maybe you should never stop eating greasy food. Eating greasy food before drinking is particularly helpful because the fat in the food will actually coat the lining of your stomach, which may sound kind of gross, but can keep you from getting sloppy and about 8 hours later hungover.
Well, that's why they say you shouldn't drink on an empty stomach, right? Like, you get drunk far quicker if you haven't eaten all day than if you...
But it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean...
And that's been my approach.
Yeah, that's kind of how some people would look at that. It's true.
Doing that walk down the liquor aisle like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Kamikaze Ice. 13 minutes and 9 seconds. Zach simply says the word shield, and Danny instinctively smashes the parry button.
That was read out loud already by Morgan, just to be fair.
Oh, was it really? Yeah. Sorry, Morgan. I lost.
Let's make sure we're on the right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. Wait, did I hear a connecting noise? What was that?
Oh, I'm working on a fax machine here.
Oh, okay, good.
No, seriously, did you hear that? Because that might be a problem. It's like when you get you smell different things. It's like a sign that you could be having a stroke or whatever.
I heard like a connection or like a... I don't know. I've switched to Windows 11 and they changed the noises, so now I never know what my computer is doing.
Oh, okay. I think I heard that in Danny's, in one of the videos, because Danny, you're on Windows 11 too, right?
Yes.
Windows 10, baby, till the day I die.
Mad Mikey B redeemed Posture Check, 300 little GameFront controllers.
What?
You'll enjoy.
What?
Danny, tell me what it is.
What did he do? What did Mikey do?
I think you redeemed the bits, right?
Mikey, what did you do?
Morgan is confused by Twitch. I am genuinely confused by Twitch.
We are all confused by Twitch. We're boomers. Come on, tell me what we did.
I immediately saw my name there instead of yours, Morgan. I was like, I just threw my name. I was like, Zach is confused by Twitch. Yes.
Channel points. It's a reward.
Yes, I know what channel points are, but what does the channel point that you redeemed do? What does GameFront joysticks mean?
Why are you yelling at someone that's typing?
Yeah, don't yell at your brother.
Like, yeah. You guys are related?
Yeah, they're brothers.
I'm not.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
I essentially just learned today that they're not brothers because James told me that they were brothers.
Why? Right, okay, I'm not shouting.
Well, Danny disowned him because Danny, is lost all his hair. And Mikey's got like a sick head of hair. And I know how that goes because my brother lost all his hair and he's disowned me. So it's just a jealousy thing.
Okay.
It just means to check your posture.
I wasn't shouting. 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sparion redeemed Hydrate. You gotta drink some liquid. Mine's coffee.
Is he talking about our real posture?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Danny's definitely like hunchback in it. Sit up straight, dude.
I was just getting close to the microphone.
I get further away from it. It makes it a lot more fun for everyone to have to change their audio levels like I do.
I was just getting further away from the microphone. What's going on today? Fucking hell, come on. Mikey,
we're getting a lot of subs. People are redeeming channel points. Viewer interaction. Yeah, all the good things.
Yeah, and Danny hates it.
Danny can't stand it.
And James isn't here to be a part of it.
It's kind of weird that we got so many subs on the one day that James isn't here, you know?
Maybe they're hoping he sees this and he's
Is
like,
correlation causation? Tell me more.
oh, oh God, I already forgot which way it's supposed to be.
Oh no.
This is my left and rights. Oh my gosh.
Amazing Jays. Hey Danny, next time you go to level up strength, check how much it actually raises your attack as much as it gets raised if you level up dex. Oh, he's coming in again to make sure you check yourself. I believe Claymore scales up both and last time you leveled up strength 2 or 3 videos ago, it looked like dex was actually granting you more attack damage at the level up screen than strength was, but maybe I'm wrong. It's just what I remember thinking I was seeing at the time. Yeah, Danny, do better.
How do you feel about this comment, Zach?
I feel like it's spot on.
Interesting, because I mentioned this. Yes, no, I can't talk about this with a spoiler, but I'm very annoyed at both of you.
No, don't be mad. That you don't understand
be mad at me.
And
yeah,
scaling.
go back and listen to what I said.
Yeah, I know Morgan gave you the info, and then we tried to build on that info, and then you have now gone back to this comment.
Yeah, we got it. Amazing Jays, good advice.
Thank
Kamikaze
you.
Ice.
Good.
Remember, if you're going to think good. That's good advice. Kamikaze Ice 2404 looks like the movie title is wrong. Woody Harrelson can jump. I don't know. What's that 2404?
It's probably the jump into the barrels.
Nope.
Oh, there you go. That was a good jump, to be fair. I like that jump.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes would be proud.
That movie is so good.
It was. Or it is. I mean, it's not like it doesn't exist anymore. Is it Rosie?
Only exists in our memories. Yeah, Rosie Perez.
Yeah, God. She's just not in enough stuff anymore.
She's really good.
Podcast. Movie podcast.
I'm ready. If you're available today, me and James aren't recording, we can do one.
I'll see if I can not. I'll talk to my coworker.
Why don't you just have your coworker on the podcast as a guest?
That's true.
It's true. It's been blowing my mind. She's been seeing way more movies now as of late. She saw The Last Duel. She's not a movie person, so it's surprising.
Oh, I want to see The Last Duel.
I haven't seen The Last Duel. Yeah, Spider-Man 2.
Also,
is it Spider-Man 3?
Okay, cool your jets.
Okay, we not refer to another
podcast off.
Oh no! I did it again.
I also want to see The Matrix. I've watched all 3 of them in preparation.
Yeah.
My veins.
Oh, wow.
2 and 3 are really movies. They're actually movies.
What is that? Is that just like your review?
Yep.
Matrix 2 and 3, they existed.
They were definitely movies that I saw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that sex scene. And that.
Oh yeah, they bone hard.
Yeah.
Kamikaze Ice.
Okay.
Turd eyes. All right. Kamikaze Ice. Hey, it worked. Oh no, it didn't. Kamikaze Ice. The Mario 64 painting audio SFX equals perfect. Oh, do you remember Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo? I love that game.
Yes.
I don't play that one.
Yeah, Mario
There was
Paint.
There was like a little beat maker.
Yeah, I was going to say you can make music in it as well, right? Like there's loads of people making music and or recreating music in Mario Paint even now. It's a bit of a
really
new
good
thing. Yeah, it's really good. Like especially for 1980, whatever it was. Like yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I used to hang out at my buddy's place and play that and Super 9-Ball.
Super 9-Ball.
It's a pool game on the Super Nintendo. It's really good.
Oh.
Kamikaze Ice, why Danny was giggling. Zach complaining that no one wants to see something is exactly the content people want to watch. It's like laughing at a mistake you're about to make, consciously knowing it's a mistake that you're going to make, and yet still make it after seconds of contemplation. It's inevitable.
I don't remember doing that, but it's probably true.
I mean, I know you don't want to ever outlive your child, but if I had the fortune to outlive Danny, I'm going to invite everybody to your funeral, and I hope they have some nice things to say they can pull from.
Oh, whoa. I get roasted in the next one.
Well, I mean, that's
That's Bill
taking
Nye
it
the
too far,
Souls
man.
guy. We need to get to this one.
Bill Nye the Souls guy.
I didn't know that Mellotron didn't like me.
Oh yeah.
Or is he being sarcastic?
Truly incredible how GameFront has cloned and enhanced the qualities the audience loves to see in the Dark Souls players in completely new humans. Danny, likable but somehow even worse and more clueless than James. Zach, ready to help guide or talk shit at the drop of a hat, yet actually funny, unlike Morgan. Nice work, all.
I mean, think there's just a lot wrong with this, but
yeah, I was drunk 2 days ago and I may have logged into that account.
Mellotron.
Interesting name, Mellotron.
I mean, actually funny. It's hurtful.
I think I'll take likable, but somehow even worse and more clueless than James, because I mean I can't argue with the facts.
It's your first time playing.
Yeah, but I mean it's still bad.
Oh my god! Now I'm envisioning you like in one of those Matrix tubes, and we just pulled the thing out of the back of your head, and it's like, Daddy, you could play Danny Souls or Dark Souls. Sorry, that was my Nick Cage, Keanu Reeves, apparently.
But I think you're funny, Morgan.
Well, you're not the audience. All right, I've got to change my whole routine. After this video, I'm going to go watch a bunch of Dane Cook videos, and I'm going to get my comedy on.
That is my guy. That is my go-to. Also, try wearing a tank top every once in a while. You got to show them guns off.
Zach, has anyone ever said that you look like some more news guy?
Who's some more news guy?
He's like a leftist news guy on YouTube.
No. Now I have to look him up. Is it literally called Some News Guy?
Some More News. Yeah. He doesn't look that much like you, but he looks like he could be like related to you.
Yeah. Like a bigger brother.
Like an older brother or a bigger brother?
Probably, well, I don't know about both. He does look like he could be younger and probably takes care of himself better.
What was I looking up? Oh, Dane Cook.
It's all about the super finger, man. It's all about that super finger.
Is that a Dane Cook bit?
I think so. I think he has a whole album named it, or it's like, because it's that is the super finger. That's how you really flip somebody off. I think
it's pretty fair for me to get roasted, only because I think that I get roasted the least in the comments. So I'll take it. I can take it on the chin.
The rest of Morgan's day was just spent hunched over.
To be honest, I mean, it kind of caught me by surprise because the only time other than this I've ever seen you roasted in the comments was during the time where you were playing Dark Souls 3 and things were starting to get a little bit tense for a while because I think you were just
like, pissed at James.
Because you were just pissed at James, and I think it got a bit hairy then. But other than that, I'm surprised.
I usually make it through unscathed, so I'll take this one on the chin, and I'll work on my bits.
I mean, you're generally universally liked. That's why they call you the Gentle Lentil, right?
Maybe I named myself that, so like how?
Well, I mean, at least people agree. People agreed with it for a period of time.
My friends call me Morpheus. Do they? I don't have any friends.
You're gonna go with Morpheus over Pac or Cypher or Link or Twitch?
First off, Morgan, I'm quoting something from a TV show that Danny and I just watched together.
My bad. I didn't know you guys watch TV together.
We do when it's.
I know it's dangerous, isn't it? We're not even getting together just to make videos anymore. We're just hanging out watching TV, and it's like cool. It's like you were saying before, Stockholm syndrome.
Mm-hmm. I'm on a mic. Next time we will have to wear a football helmet, being ready to ride that short yellow bus as a Cobra Kai punishment. El Mono Mike, Zach, my boy, you need a stress ball doing this guiding walkthrough. El Mono Mike, sports games. El Mono Mike, nice touch with the Mario sound effects entering the painting. El Mono Mike, good job, Danny. You have improved lots and can handle the other Souls games alone. El Mono Mike wants just a you playthrough.
I did do 2 episodes of this just on my own. Admittedly, with just the single focus of trying to beat Ornstein and Smaug, but no, you don't want to see that. It'd just be like 10 episodes of me wandering around lost, trying to find the next thing to do, and then killing some critical NPC, and everyone getting upset. It'd just be a disaster. No, I need some help,
some guidance.
Midgen.
Oh, this is Zach. I feel like Zach is pressured by the size of Jaze's and mine expertise, but don't worry, nobody's taking your Danny away. That room full of rats, probably a medieval MySpace. MySpace. Somebody recreated MySpace. It's called Hey Space, and it's exactly like it was when it first came out. The room full. Oh, somehow I am not surprised how the episode ended. Good job, anyways.
Hold on, MySpace isn't a thing anymore?
MySpace still exists, but it only
focused,
exists.
Exactly,
yeah. But now there's like a low tech, like the actual MySpace is recreated as Hey Space.
Oh.
And as a social network.
Imagine the other universe where MySpace won over Facebook.
I mean,
it's the same.
It kind of did for a little while. I remember at first, there was a time when MySpace was bigger than Facebook, or at least they were 50-50.
I'm just saying that there's definitely a universe somewhere where LiveJournal is king.
Yeah, it's probably, well, they do say that, like, if infinite universes theory and all that, but the problem with MySpace
Facebook didn't blow up when it first came out is because it was college based. So if you didn't go to college, you didn't sign up for it.
Yeah, it was made by college students, wasn't it? And then obviously, I mean, Zuckerberg.
But you were like that was a big part of it. People are like, oh yeah, it's for people in college, and I was like, okay, MySpace it is.
I think it's better. I think it's better when communities or websites have a niche or a focus, or they're focused on one thing. Because the problem with something like Facebook is it becomes one platform for every community, and that means that it's got one.
Wait.
Truth, right? So,
I think Mad Mikey B's made a very great point that you are a walking contradiction, because this is the exact opposite argument to what you want for the channel.
Kind of. because
oh God, he's his own Mark Zuckerberg.
No, what I'm saying is if you have a social network based for music and a social network based for, I don't know, like you say, college students or whatever, they can be run in a more appropriate way for that community, whereas Facebook is just one set of guidelines for everybody, whether it makes sense or not. And sometimes it doesn't. Like back in the day, everyone used to have their own forum, right? And you could run that forum however you wanted to run it. So if you wanted to be an echo chamber for your incredibly alt-right views, then fantastic. But
get on the Discord, people. Get on the Discord, people.
But you could. But what I'm saying is like it made sense, right? It's like like I shouldn't enter that bar because it's a dive. But like this pub's a friendly place and they do nice food on a Saturday night, so I might go there instead. It's that kind of thing. Whereas with Facebook, it's like it's just a shit show where everybody turns up. I mean,
and that's why you should have kept Gamefront and let Adventure Bits be its thing. But instead, you absorbed it.
Now this is
just where all this shit happens.
Yes.
All right, I'm out.
My decision. I was just going to say one more thing. MySpace.
Farm to table.
MySpace. I've done a very nice job with that website as a music social network. It's very nice. The problem with it is it's still called MySpace, and they should really drop that name like the hot potato that it is, because nobody it's like it
should be called like Pitchfork or
Meta.
Like
well, I mean, it's not even a music related name. It's a tainted name because everyone's like, oh, MySpace is so 2007. Like it's a silly name. It's like Yahoo. It's like
the taint already has a name. It's called a taint.
Yeah.
Say
that's the kind of biting comedy that I should be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be
personally, I love it.
All right, Zach, you're my new comedy coach. Let's go to the moon.
And to the moon. Oh yeah, definitely watch old sitcoms like that.
Okay.
Domestic
Yeah.
abuse is okay. Good times. The Honeymooners. Was that the Honeymooners?
Yeah.
Danny, did you like the Honeymooners?
I
And
I
he
haven't
got
seen it.
derailed. He's
Yeah.
like, what the hell's happening?
Danny
I
is
know.
broken.
I'll be honest. No, I just saw Mikey randomly coming in to try and defend me. I think, which was a bit unusual. No, I haven't seen it.
Wait, how? I just see that he wrote Morgan. I have known Danny for
Oh,
very long.
yeah, maybe he's not. I don't know. I
Is
was
that
trying to
really a
get something
defense?
I
Maybe
kind of blended it into Dark Pages comment, which says that's why you should run Adventure Bits and Gamefront. It's a bit like Coffee Bean and Starbucks being owned by the same person.
Oh, does that make you guys Starbucks and me Coffee Bean?
I don't think Coffee Bean is a thing here, but Starbucks definitely is.
Oh, there's Coffee Beans here. I will say Coffee Bean, if you're going to go like hang out and do work on a laptop, a Coffee Bean is way better than a Starbucks. Way more inviting, cleaner, nicer.
But they're owned by the
Just
same
go to
people,
my
so how does that work?
apartment.
They're not. If they were, then it would be bad.
Well,
Huh.
Mad Mikey now is gonna go support Starbucks.
Hashtag the Bucks.
What's
Daddy.
the coffee like in Taco Bell?
I don't know. I don't get coffee at Taco Bell.
Okay, cool. Way to plug the sponsor. Pelagius. I feel
Oh, did we
like
get
I
him? Did we finally get that big fish?
No, not
Big
really.
shrine Oh, damn it.
Have we read all these? Ulyssar's botnet, their painted world recordings always get corrupted. Has this happened before? Did your painted world recording get corrupted?
I don't know.
You play with a tech deck?
I mean, you were there.
I don't know.
See,
I don't know,
look,
man.
here comes Mikey. We have the only Taco Bell in the UK, in my city, but we've already established there's a Taco Bell in Manchester, which I didn't
So
even
then
know was
clearly you guys live right next to each other and you're brothers.
Your brothers.
You're brothers.
there.
Your brothers.
Get on 23andMe
Okay.
and find out. Like
Good
until
night,
that's
everybody.
done.
I'm already on
that's true.
23andMe.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Is Mad Mikey B?
I don't
Did
know.
I-
We'll soon find out.
Did I tell you that my DNA has changed once again?
Again, it's every week. It's literally every
Oh,
time we do this podcast. It's like the
Well-
first segment announcements, the second segment, what's Morgan's DNA this week?
Did you get
then
the
we move on to
booster?
the comments.
Did you
I
get
haven't
booster?
got my booster yet.
Oh, dude, when you get the booster though, it's gonna wipe it clean.
Oh, I should get my DNA done after my booster and see if it changes. Good idea.
Yeah. Oh, good times.
In fairness, it seems to change weekly without any intervention from you. So
Well, they're just
Well, it's supposed to change because like the more samples they get, the more refined. But like at one point, it like went way like Germanic, but now it's like back to where it was. It's like mostly Scottish, English, Germanic.
I think mine says like
European.
Irish and Neanderthal.
Oh, do you have that Neanderthal gene?
No, I get it.
Oh.
Oh God, I might. It just says your next report's updated, and it says Neanderthal. And I don't know if it's telling me that it's in that I'm parched or whatever.
It's in you.
Is it a good or a bad thing?
It doesn't. It's neither. I mean, it just
Okay.
means that your ancestors were nasty.
Oh God, I have 38% more than other customers.
No, is that true?
You have more Neanderthal DNA than 38% of other customers. But it says, what does
That's
this
not
mean?
terribly high.
Right, because then it says you have less than 2% Neanderthal DNA. Uh-oh.
Did we lose Danny? He's out.
Yeah.
I'm still there.
All right, we're going 31% Scottish, 26% English, Northwestern Europe, 24% Germanic, 16% Sweden and Denmark. That's new. 2% Norway, 1% Eastern Europe and Russia. How many percentages is that?
Poor Mad Mikey B's his dreams have been shattered.
Why?
That he could be the only one with a Taco Bell near him?
He's
Oh.
proudly proclaiming that he was the only Taco Bell in the UK was in his city, and then he clicked on the locations and found out that it's now in every city in the UK, and it's it's
We're coming,
grown.
baby. We're coming.
It's grown apace. Taco Bell with the endorsement of Mr. Zachary Dant.
Well, that's why back in the day, Demolition Man, a UK cut, had a Pizza Hut instead.
Oh wow, they're not kidding.
There's
There is
only
a lot of Taco
one in
Bells.
all of Manchester.
There's one Taco Bell in Manchester, and it's in the food court of the mall,
That
which
makes sense.
I don't want to go to.
Oh man,
Yeah,
sometimes
no,
those
go
would be the
to
best.
Kiosk 5.
But, I mean, whenever you go to anywhere like Subway or McDonald's or KFC or anywhere that's like in a food court, it's things are missing off the menu. It's more expensive. Like it's busy as fuck. The queues are really long. Like it somehow it's not quite as good. Like I mean, no, you want to go to your nice country Taco Bell, you know, in a nice little corner of Hawaii where you know your brother is also the guy who's serving you, and or
What?
is it your,
That's why I always go to the one in Sutton.
is it your brother-in-law? Something like that. Yeah, he has relatives there. There's a reason he's always there.
My niece's boyfriend works there.
Okay, there you go. I was close.
All right, but he doesn't work there anymore. Now he works for us.
Okay, there you go. He's in Taco Bell recruiting. Oh,
I love the creativity of the English. This place is called Cold Field.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably not the creativity of the English. It's probably either the creativity of the Normans, the Saxons, the Romans, one of them, Viking invaders. Like, it's a very muddied history, frankly.
Oh yeah, you guys are huge victims in history. I remember that.
No, I wasn't trying to. I was.
Oh,
You guys
I-
should
no,
get the shit
I
out of
remember.
this.
I
I
remember
was-
that from history class.
Oh,
All of the
yeah,
victimization of England.
I was not trying to play the victim. I was just saying
Okay.
that. I was just
Talk
saying.
about Africa, China,
I
India.
I was just trying to say that the names come from different cultures through history, and that's why they're all very different. And you can normally tell based on like the suffix, right? So like the ones that end in Chester are normally Roman names, like Manchester or Chester. Or Colchester. They're all Roman names.
They did Chester, like Manchester or Chester.
Yeah, Chester is a place as well. They gave up with Chester. It's like, can we think of another name? Let's just call this one Chester. I've given up. Like it's
What the fuck are you guys putting in your quesadillas?
oh yeah, I mean you could look at the menu. That's an interesting
Oh,
thing.
thank you. You're giving me permission. Oh, it looks like grilled chicken.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, we could compare the menus between yours and ours because I'm sure it's very different. It's like your KFC. You do strange things like put gravy on biscuits and all kinds of weird stuff that people like would feel.
Wait, you don't
Very
like gravy
strongly
on
about-
biscuits?
I don't
mean,
do
well,
biscuits.
I mean, a biscuit is a sweet snack here. Whereas,
Oh,
yeah, you guys
biscuit!
have cookies.
Oh, give me a biscuit!
and
It looks pretty standard, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look too
It
different.
doesn't look. Yeah,
It
I
looks,
mean,
looks
different
like
names.
oh, view full menu.
Fries Belgrande. Oh, their churros are circular. You seeing this?
Yeah. I like how they're circular. This is crazy. I mean, first off, how do you really dip that thing? That's a weird concept.
Mad Mikey B, I think he's just descending into madness. He's like so depressed. He's gone from being proudly the only Taco Bell in the UK to there being 13 in London alone.
Yeah, and you can order it online now too, Mad Mikey B.
I was going to say, I've been meaning to still get some Taco Bell delivered here because I'm pretty sure that
Ew.
you can. I know it would be cold and sweaty by the time it arrives, but
I've never thought about referring to something as sweaty.
well, you know when you put hot food in like a box and carry it like if you get like the takeaway and it's because of the condensation, it's just become sweaty. Like it's
Yeah.
that's not the best way to eat takeaway food, but
Yeah. Well, we have now like biodegradable like everything basically, like but the containers that we use here, like if you get Mexican food like an enchilada platter, it just melts through the container.
yeah, exactly. It's that happens a lot these days.
Yeah, so I just never thought about sweaty, but yeah, I guess that is what it's doing. It's creating a lot of moisture.
Yes.
Yummy. Nothing likes moisture like bacteria.
Cool. Well, I'm off to have my dinner.
My bad.
That's all good. Are we done? Are we done for another week? Another?
I think we did it.
Fantastic. Hey, will we be back next week? 27th? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Sweet.
Bright and
What's
early.
happening tomorrow morning?
I'm streaming.
Oh, yeah.
We remember all those plugs we were doing? Yep.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really here for it, and I don't have to be there for that. Thank God. Crack
You
of
should.
dawn.
You just have to wake up at 5 in the morning. You'll be good.
Yeah. I think it's 4. Wait, what time are you starting?
8?
Oh, okay, then it is 6.
Oh, it's only a 2-hour difference?
I think that just changed. Yeah, it was 3, now it's 2.
Oh, because we're on different time.
Yeah, not PST, the best time.
Yeah, they should move the 12 to us. It should be
Mikey is
based on
so
how
triggered.
cool your time zone is.
Oh, I never even thought about it like that. It makes sense. Oh God, why is my seat on fire? Ugh. Well,
You're gonna want to definitely get that checked out.
yeah, I'm
That was
Brent
friendly.
just left. All of a sudden, there's a strange burning sensation.
I mean,
syphilis.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Zach Capone.
fantastic.
Yeah. Explain some things.